In today's video, we're doing an August recap and September reset. Let's get right into it. Okay, friends, I cannot believe we're actually at one of these videos again. I feel like I said that last month, but I really am surprised. I feel like this recap video has snuck up on me because August was a really busy month, and when you're busy, when there's a lot of things going on, the time feels like it's flying, and that's not super ideal when we're talking about slow living, but that's just the reality of how August felt for me. So I am going to jump right into things. If you are new to this channel, I get a lot of new people whenever I do videos like this. Welcome, I'm so glad you're here. The way that these videos work is I will start with an August recap and talk about my slow living favorites. I have 3 categories for those slow living favorites. I have products, experiences, and practices. And then I will go into my planner, show you my planner, and talk about the goals that I had for August and whether or not I completed those things. I do like a monthly reflection, and I will share that monthly reflection with you. And then I will take you into a very quick Notion tour, because Notion is also part of like my productivity system, and I will clean things up, get things ready for the following month, which is obviously September. And then we will come back into my planner, set my planner up for September, which I think is a little bit more interesting now that I am using a bullet journal again. And we will talk about my September goals. And hopefully this entire structure helps you, inspires you, encourages you to do something similar at the end of every single month. It doesn't have to be as intense as mine, but I hope it does encourage you to reflect at the very least at the end of every single month and get your new month set up for success so that you can live more intentionally and mindfully and productively as well. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna start with an August recap of my slow living favorites. First product I want to shout out is my cast iron juicers. So I know that is probably going to be annoying to some people because you may have been seeing on the internet the cast iron juicer thing going viral. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, essentially this girl on TikTok has gone viral for using a manual cast iron juicer. So it's truly a juicer where you juice fruits and veggies and all of the things. But it's manual and it's cast iron, so it's kind of got a lever, and you put the fruit on the center of it, and then you just, crank it down, and the juice comes out from the bottom. I'll try to put a video or something of the sort so that you can see what I'm talking about, and it doesn't sound like some weird contraption. It is a weird contraption, but it's essentially just a juicer. And I fell into this trend because I've always actually wanted a juicer. I love juices. I like juice shots, but I hate paying for them whenever I go to like a health store because they're super expensive. And I never actually wanted to get one of those expensive juicers that like are electronic because they seem so messy to clean. And so when this trend stumbled upon my For You page on TikTok, I was like, actually, this sounds like something I would love and use very often, and that is exactly what has been happening. I love this thing so much. I make a lot of fresh juices, and I actually make juice shots now, which is so fun. It's like a fun experience on top of like a really useful item, at least in my life. So I'm definitely jumping on the trend, and I am not embarrassed to admit it. Okay, the second product and the last product on my list for this month is this right here, which you have definitely seen before because I have been talking about it a lot recently, and a lot of you have been asking me to show it more and more and more. This is the Delphonics utility bag. It's specifically the utility bag for carrying tools. That's what it says right here. This is now part of my journaling ecosystem, which I have also been talking about a lot recently. You can check that out on my TikTok or on my Substack. I did a whole piece on Substack for it. But this is essentially just a really nice carrying pouch for all of my journaling necessities. And you can see it's full of different things. I do have my planner in here, which I will pull out because I'm going to talk about it in a second. But yeah, I love this pouch so much. It's super cute. It's super compact. It fits everything that I need it to fit. And the color is really nice. The color is just yellow if you're looking for this one, but it's not just yellow. It's like a nice mustardy yellow, which I really love. And I know a lot of you love this as well. So yeah, this has definitely been a highlight for my August. Okay, moving on to my next category of slow living favorites, and that is experiences. So the first experience is getting another tattoo. I did not expect to get another tattoo this month, but Ian surprised me and said, let's just go get tattoos while we had some time off. And we decided to just do some flash tattoos. It was like a really, really quick, random August day, but it's definitely one that is memorable because we did something spontaneous and fun and something that we love to do. And if you're curious as to which tattoo it is, I got this hand tattoo. I hope you can see that. It's a beautiful botanical fine line tattoo, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's still healing, but it looks really good, actually. I've had it for about almost 2 weeks now. So that was a lot of fun. And then the second experience is going to be random and kind of weird, but it's preseason for football, and we actually watched preseason. We don't typically watch preseason because it's preseason, but I am just so ready for football season. I'm ready for fall. I'm ready for all of the cozy fall vibes, and football season is one of those things that are associated with fall for me, and I'm just so ready. I'm so excited for it. So when preseason started, not only was I excited to watch football, but I was also excited to just jump back into those cozy fall vibes that you all know that I love so, so much, and it was a lot of fun. We did some outings. We had some dinners where we went out to like a sports bar and watched while we had dinner, so that was fun as well, and we just made it into a really pleasant experience. Okay, and then the third category of slow living favorites, which is practices. I just have one, and I feel like I talked about this in another monthly recap, but it is writing. Long story short, I am a creative writer. I got my degree in creative writing, and I haven't written in a really, really long time, but just one random day in July, I decided that I wanted to jump back into writing, and I have been writing, and it has been so much fun. It has been extremely fulfilling, rewarding, feels like a return to home almost, and I've just been indulging in it as much as possible. So I have been writing long form pieces every single week since July, which has been so much fun. Really rewarding, and definitely helps me slow down and be in the moment and just focus in on something that I really actually love to do. And I say actually because there was a really long time where after I graduated and I got my degree, I didn't care for writing anymore, and I thought that it was overrated, which is crazy. And I have random reasons for that, but I have returned to it, and I am so glad that I have. Okay, so those are my slow living favorites for the month of August. Now I'm going to look at my journal and go through some monthly reflection prompts with you. So at the end of every single month, I go through the same exact monthly prompts. I will go through them with you right now and read the prompts out loud so that you can jot them down and use them for yourself. And I will share my answers with you as well. But I think these prompts are really good at kind of encapsulating the important things of the previous month while also thinking ahead and making sure that I'm holding myself accountable for what I want to focus on in the following month, while also making sure that I hold myself accountable to my overall 2025 goals, because we can very easily forget those things, but when I put them in my monthly reflections, I don't forget them. So, with that being said, by the way, this journal is the Paper Republic journal, and I'm just going to flip over to this very first book in here, which is now my bullet journal. It's probably the tiniest bullet journal you've ever seen in your life, but it's just a grid. It's just a grid. And I'm going to flip to my August review, which is right here. And as you can see, there's different prompts that I highlighted, and I put my answers underneath it. So the first prompt is my top 3 accomplishments for the month of August. And my first accomplishment is that I painted, which is something that I want to be constantly and consistently doing throughout the year, especially because now it's associated with my business, Sunday Paper House. And so I definitely did paint. I painted a lot, actually, and it was so much fun. It was particularly nice to do that in the morning before I started my workday. So I should have included that in my slow living favorites, but there you go. I did do some painting, and you will be seeing some of them very soon, as some of them will be part of my fall collection for Sunday Paper House. Okay, my second accomplishment is an anniversary gift that I gifted Ian. I really went big, and if you know anything about me, you know I love to gift really, really well. Like, I try to give the best gifts, the most intentional and thoughtful gifts. And I got Ian, I mean, this is going to be an easy gift for anyone, honestly, but I got Ian the Nintendo Switch 2. And it was one of my top 5 experiences seeing Ian get surprised. I think number 1 was when I gifted him the Steam Deck, but number 2 is probably this one, the Nintendo Switch 2. He absolutely loves it, and we've been playing every single day. And then the third accomplishment is that I survived a busy month. This month was so intense. I had something going on multiple times a week, all day long, didn't get to eat a proper meal, things like that, and that's very rare for me. So I survived it, and it was a struggle during certain moments, but I did survive it. So I'm going to give myself a pat on the back for that. Honestly, even the bare minimum can be a major accomplishment, so don't forget that. The second prompt that I have is my feelings towards my long-term goals. So I tend to flip to my little list of 2025 goals whenever I'm answering this prompt, and I take a look at it. I just think about how I feel about it, flip through my planner and see what exactly I did, like actionable items that I did that were meant to be towards my long-term goals. And so I wrote that I felt very, very good about my long-term goals because I touched on every single one of them in the month of August, which is crazy. And that's something really, really big and something to be proud of. So I wanted to make sure that I noted that. The third prompt I have is my focus for September. So my focus for September, I'll actually come back to this. So I'll pause right now and we'll come back to these prompts because I will talk about September and what I'm looking forward to in September and my September goals at the end of this video. So I'll pause right here, and don't worry, we'll come back to my planner and I'll show you all of the things in my planner. But for now, let's pause really quickly and go to my Notion tour. Okay, friends, so this is my Notion at this given moment. We're gonna do a little bit of customizations with the photos and the colors and stuff because even though we are not in autumn right now, we are heading into September and I want to embrace autumn as much as possible. So I'm going to do that first and then we'll look at this little to-do list, and I think that's pretty much it. I don't do too much month over month. So let's jump right into it. Starting at the top over here with this header, I am going to click this change cover button and then move to unsplash and change this into something more fall themed. So I'm going to do autumn aesthetic, and I can just search under unsplash and it will like give me some inspo, some photos that I can use without me needing to manually find them myself, which I really love to do. If you're not new to these videos, you know that. Let's see if we can go a little bit classic. Oh, that has a book, which I don't mind, but I'm just going to click reposition here and just showcase the leaves. I think I really like that, and I'm going to go with it. I'm going to stick with it. Okay, I'm going to change this little icon from a shell to a leaf because, of course, again, autumn. And then let's change this picture, of course. I'm just going to hover over the picture and hit this, then hit replace. Oh, you can't really see it because I am covering it. I wonder if I can just move myself to make that easier. Okay, and then it shows up at the top. Anyway, that's fine. Let's do fall fall camping. I do like a camp scene. This one looks really cute. Or maybe like camp coffee. Ooh, I really like these. Okay, let's try this one. That's pretty cute. But let's try something else, just to be sure. Fall painting. I'm like so close to the screen. What's this? Whoa, that's kind of cool. I really love the colors and how it matches perfectly with that, even though it's super abstract. Let's stick with it. And then over here, let's replace this image. Again, doing the same thing. Let's do like pumpkin aesthetic. We have to put some pumpkins. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I kind of love the jack-o'-lanterns, but maybe I'll change things slightly for October. I don't know yet. Let's just do pumpkins. Ooh, there's so many cute ones. Let's see this. That looks okay. Let's do pumpkin painting, maybe? No. Okay, let's do fall aesthetic again, because there were a bunch of really pretty ones. I really love a good landscape as well. How about this? That looks pretty cool. I don't know why I'm being so indecisive. Pumpkin spice. Let's see if I did that. What comes up there? Ooh. Okay, I am being really indecisive. Let's just pick something. Autumn mountains. Let's go back to the... Oh, I really like this. Let's go with this. I see a little cabin. Love that. Okay, great. And I do like to put a food item. Oh, I need to move myself again. I do like to do a little food item, but I was trying to do like pumpkin. I don't want to do pumpkin pie. That's just too much. Too soon, at least. What else could I do? Pumpkins. Could I just do pumpkins? How about this little pumpkin patch? I feel like it's a little too vibrant. Honestly, this is going to be majority. Pumpkin patch. This is going to be majority of me setting up, or at least cleaning up the... Oh, I like the hayride. What's this? Oh, that's so cute. Let's do that. And then let's change this to orange. And then let's change these backgrounds into orange. Let me move myself. So basically, to change colors of text, you just hover over the side and you click that thing that pops up. And then you go to color, and then you can do text, background, whatever it may be. And so I'm going to do the same over here and change the background to orange. Obsessed. I'm obsessed with this already. Okay, great. There we go. We are all set up for September. I really love this. Okay, great. So the next thing that I'm going to do is just fix this master to-do list, or just go through it and see what I've been working on. So as you can see, I have 2 things already completed. I have some things highlighted, and those are highlighted basically because I'm currently working on them. If I've completed anything here, I would cross them out, but I'm still in the progress of all 3 of these things, and I'm going to call it right now. I think I've done this for the past 2 years now. I'm going to turn this red. And for me, red means that I'm not going to complete it in the quarter. Let me backtrack. I should have mentioned what this list even is, what it means. So this 2025 Q3 master to-do list is a brain dump of sorts. It's a brain dump to-do list that I have for the entirety of a quarter. And every single month I come in here and I just track my progress. I see what I've completed, see what I'm working on, see what I need to work on. And so that's exactly what we're doing right now. And obviously I have gotten through so many things, or I'm working on so many things, but sometimes I don't complete everything. And so that's what this list is here, right at the top, so that I could just hold myself accountable and check in every single month. So I have like this little key where I either complete things, or I'm currently working on things, or I just completely nick it and I don't work on it at all. And I think that by the end of quarter 3, which is the end of September, I'm not going to complete the kitchen cabinets. I just know, and I'm going to call it right now. So I am going to turn this red like I just did, and that just indicates that I didn't get to it, and that will just be my indicator. Everything else, though, these 2 things I did already complete, and these other 3 things I am currently working on in Q3. So when we do the next quarterly review video, we will come back here and see if I've completed everything in this master to-do list. But for now, this is me just keeping track month over month. And I still have some time. I still have a month. But that's pretty much it for the Notion tour. I hope it was interesting. Most of that was just doing a little bit of customizations, but I really love how it's looking right now. Okay, so I hope you liked that very little Notion tour. Nothing too crazy, but I do hope that you liked how I set it up for fall. I'm so ready for fall. But let's jump back into my planner and talk about those final prompts that I had for my monthly reflection that were very specific to September. So the third prompt, which I had started saying, was my focus for September. And I wrote that I have 2 things that I want to focus on for September. One, my Sunday Paper House fall launch. I had mentioned earlier that I have a fall collection coming out, and so I want to ensure that I am focusing on doing all the things for that because it is a long process. And I also want to focus on the holidays because I need to start prepping for the holidays now, even though it is several months away. I think that's just kind of normal for people who are business owners. And the second thing is to enjoy fall. I don't want to put anything else on my plate aside from Sunday Paper House because I have to. So I just want to enjoy fall. Fall is my favorite season ever. It's my favorite time of the year. September and October are the best months ever. And so I just want to enjoy it. And September is obviously one of those 2 months. So we have to start enjoying it immediately, and I cannot wait. The next prompt, the fourth prompt, is upcoming challenges that I anticipate for my focus. So my focus is Sunday Paper House and to enjoy fall. What do I anticipate being a challenge for me to achieve those things? And I wrote down work because there's so much work for me. I have so many different jobs that I'm doing, and so it takes up a lot of time. It takes up a lot of energy, and so I just anticipate that being challenging. So the next prompt that follows up to that fourth prompt is, how do I overcome those challenges? And I wrote down that I just need to rebalance and I need to focus. I need to rebalance and figure out what are some things that I can take less time and energy away from and apply it to things that I want to focus more on. And I feel like this is a really good approach whenever you are feeling overwhelmed. So good luck to me. I will let you know how it goes in our next recap, but that's definitely going to be a big focus for me, or a big way for me to overcome any challenges that I anticipate in September. Okay, and then at the bottom, I just have like a little tracker for my fitness and my skin. I just like to ensure that I'm keeping myself accountable for how much I'm focusing on fitness. I gave myself 3 out of 5 stars, pretty average because I feel like I had an average month. And then for my skin, you may or may not know I had some skin issues, but I'm giving myself a 4 out of 5 stars because my skin looks pretty good. I only had a couple of blemishes throughout the month. So I'm very happy about that. And since we're in my planner, I will go ahead and show you how I set up my planner for September. So this page right here, these are just my 2025 goals on a sticky note. I put it there because it's just easy for me to look at if I just keep, pasting it over each month. But on this side, I have a calendar over here. I don't want to show you too much of like my personal stuff, but I have a calendar right there. And it just has September, it has all of the days, and then I use like a highlighter to highlight any of like the most notable days there. And then underneath it, I have events. Gosh, this is so stupid. I should have like completed it afterwards, but anyway, right here is where I put down all of my events. So all of the dates that I highlighted in the calendar, I just note why exactly I noted it in the calendar. There are certain holidays, there are birthdays, there are events happening, my birthday, all of those things. And then on this side over here at the top, I have a to-do list. And I just put like a master to-do list of things that I don't want to forget that I need to do within the month. It doesn't have to be like done immediately, but I will keep looking on this page every single time I do a week planner setup or what is it called? A weekly spread for your bullet journal. And I will just like plop things in every single week so that I ensure that I get this master to-do list done. And then at the bottom, I just have 2025 goals, which I know I have it here, but I have it here as well so that I can cross it out, or I can cross out that I have worked at least on those things in that particular month, instead of like touching the sticky note that just keeps going with me every single month. So that is how I set things up. I haven't set up for my first week of September, but it'll be very, very simple. And that is essentially how I reflect on the month prior and get set up for the future month, which is September. I cannot wait for September. I'm so, so happy that September is here. I had a great summer, but I have always been excited about fall, and I can't help but be excited for the anticipation and arrival of fall. So I'm like on cloud nine. It's actually like 55 degrees right now as I'm filming this, and it's the best feeling ever. But you let me know how your August went. Let me know if you have any things that you want to celebrate or acknowledge in the comments, and also let me know what you're looking forward to in September. I would love to know. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I usually end this video off with like a random question that I receive in the comments. And I think the biggest questions I've been receiving recently are about my phone. So I'll just throw it in here. Did I pre-order the Google Pixel 10 series phone? And yes, I did. It is right here. This is the Google Pixel 10 Pro in the standard size in the color jade. And I will have so many other videos about the Google Pixel coming out very soon. But again, thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you in the next video.